Steam filled the bathroom until the walls looked like they were breathing. I remember that night vividly because it started so ordinary that I almost missed the moment when ordinary turned strange. I had come home exhausted, barely speaking, dropped my bag on the couch, and decided a hot shower would clear my head. The water hissed to life, a steady rhythm that always calmed me. I closed my eyes, tilted my face toward the heat, and let my thoughts blur into the sound of falling water. It was only when the rhythm changed an extra beat of breath between the drops that I opened my eyes again. The door was fogged over, but a faint outline pressed against the other side of the glass, like someone leaning close. I wiped the steam away, heart tapping too fast, and saw nothing there. Still, the shape had been too clear to dismiss. I told myself it was just shadows or the hallway light. The rationale part of my brain wanted that explanation, but the quiet part, the one that listens when everything else stops, whispered that I had done. The imagined Italiano. I turned back to the spray, trying to shake the thought, yet the air felt heavier now. You know how sometimes a room feels like it's paying attention to you? The water hit my shoulders, but the warmth seemed uneven hot on one side, cool on the other, as though someone stood too near. When I blinked soap from my eyes, I noticed the mirror through the glass had cleared a circle by itself, perfectly round, as if a fingertip had drawn it. I laughed nervously, because laughter feels safer than silence, and muttered something about needing more sleep. Then the light above me flickered, a single pulse that made the droplets flash silver for a heartbeat. The pulse came again, ten stadiet. I thought of the stories people tell about water and electricity never mixing, about how a house can hum differently when someone new is inside it, unseen. I reached for the faucet to finish up, but the handle moved first, just a tweak small enough that I questioned my eyes. The sound that followed wasn't a creak or a pipe shifting. It was quieter than that, like a sigh behind my ear. I stepped down, wrapped in a towel, leaving wet footprints across the tile. The bathroom mirror was completely fogged, now except for that one circle. Still perfectly clear. Inside it, my reflection seemed slightly delayed, a fraction of a second behind every movement. I leaned closer, telling myself the steam was playing tricks, but the reflection blinked before I did. That small, impossible thing broke whatever comb I had left. Primera vez quedaba watching the glass cloud again, until the image was gone. For a few minutes I stood in the doorway, listening for anything besides the tick of cooling pipes. The apartment was silent, and the silence convinced me to stay quiet too. When I finally dared to glance back into the room, the circle on the mirror had vanished, leaving nothing but fog and my own uneven breathing. I turned off the light and went straight to bed, but even in the dark I could still hear water dripping, slow and steady, somewhere it shouldn't be. The next morning sunlight made everything look harmless. I checked the bathroom again. Dry floor, clean mirror, no sign of the night before. I wanted to believe that the tired mind invents things under steam and shadow. I even joked about it later to a coworker, Gasayam, haunted by bad plumbing. The words sounded braver than I felt. That night, though, when I turned on the shower, the air grew thick faster than usual. My breath fogged the glass instantly, and in the middle of it, the same circle cleared again. Primera didn't touch Italiano. I just stood there staring until the water temperature dipped, as if something else had joined the line and was stealing the warmth. Then, faintly, I heard a second rhythm of breathing under mine. I shut off the water, but the sound didn't stop. It took a long time for the fog to fade, and when it did, the mirror showed only my towel hanging on the hook, no reflection of me at all, as though the glass had forgotten I existed. That was when I understood what kind of fear lingers after the lights go out, the quiet kind that hides in routine. In every act that used to feel safe. I haven't showered with my eyes closed since then. I keep the curtain half open, the light's too bright, the door never locked. Friends laugh when I tell them, thinking it's another ghost story to share over coffee, but I see how they hesitate the next time they wash their hands, how they glance at the mirror just a little too long. Maybe it's only suggestion. Maybe that's how it spreads. All I know is that when the room fills with steam, there's always that moment where I sense the air shift, like a breath I can't quite locate, waiting. So if you ever feel that, don't dismiss it. Keep your eyes open. The moment you close them, the world rearranges itself, and sometimes it forgets to put you back. If you want to see how far that forgetting can go, stay with me. The next story waits just beyond this one, and it watches the same way the fog watches glass quiet. Patient, ready for you to blink. Step carefully into the next nightmare. It already knows your reflection.